on YouTube. Who else do we got in here? We got a few in here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, man. The tank are.
I think this is work. I think this is working, man.
I think so.
So hey, before we jump in, and this is only for the YouTube folks because, or they'll see it on the stream too. But I did create some captions for you and I, so I want to make sure I bring those up. And they're introductions, right? So we'll start with mine. I'm Steve Bostic. I'm the creator and co-host of Telfam Chats. And then I got Andrews. You want to introduce yourself?
You didn't warn me about this, but
I didn't. I didn't warn you, but I did this. I did this for your sake.
I feel like I should go get a flag or something. Yes, I am a Canadian. And I am also the co-host of Telfam Chats. I also manage the Telex community handle. So I think most of us know who we are.
Because this is a new platform, we want to make sure that we're professionals and we introduce ourselves to the folks that haven't listened before. And I want to be factual. I want to make sure everybody knows who we are and how this all became. So yeah, I did you a favor there, pal.
Yeah, well, I noticed you didn't put like American and creator and co-host, but okay.
No, I didn't need to. It was just clarifying it for you. So.
Okay, A.
Yep, hey, there you go. So big night, man. Right? So guys, I know again we're talking. We're trying to cover two platforms here, right? So if we're in the space, we're engaged on our phones like we traditionally are, but in the meantime, we're streaming over to YouTube as well. So we are going to do some video production for that side as well. So if you guys want to go, even though you're participating in this side, if you want to watch it afterwards, it'll be available. So what we're going to show now is we actually built out a countdown clock. So we're counting down to the live vote. It says 22 minutes 4 seconds till the solstice, and the inaugural vote for Telcoin for TGIP1. Which I mean, there's been a mad rush on people signing up, which is really good to see, right?
I think earlier today we had it's like 180, and I'm looking now we're at 216. If I do a quick refresh, 216. So.
I always forget, and I find myself guilty of it too, right? So let me go back to our spaces here, and I'll share this. I always find myself, I find myself guilty of it too, not realizing or remembering how many people, 200 plus people are. If you physically put them in a room, it's a lot of people, right?
Yep.
Is it the thousands that you expect to want to be involved in governance and all that stuff? No, but
I think we'll get there.
I think so too, with education and more publicity and
I was going back and forth with somebody even like today. They're like, "Oh yeah, like don't you like worry about like not enough people, getting into it?" I'm like, "Well, it's gonna take time to educate people. Like, you talk to maybe even like most of the people in crypto. Do they know what a DAO is? There's probably a good percentage that don't. And even if they've heard of it, they probably still don't understand it, and then let alone how to interact with it and what the benefits are of it, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be an educational thing that, that's going to come with time, and through time and adoption, it's going to get better, right? And Parker alluded to that too, like, this week earlier too, right? Like we're going to continue to grow and evolve this thing together as a community, right? So I noticed you didn't give me co-hosting rights, so I can't ask people to come up. I don't know.
I didn't. Not, you're being punished, pal. No. Let me see. No, it said I did.
Maybe I wasn't paying attention when you did it, but that's
there you go.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so
I know Liberty's probably excited. I saw he was getting the bottle out. So.
Yep, I think we all got a bottle out. Well, I think you were drinking eggnog or something. That's pretty Canadian of you.
Is that a Canadian thing? You guys don't have eggnog?
It is today. All right.
It's a holiday thing, man. Come on.
I'm not an eggnog fan. So,
I'm not the biggest fan either. I'm not gonna lie, but I tried it actually. Like when my some friends were over last weekend with amaretto, like Di Serono,
yeah.
and oh man, it's smooth. It's nice. Man, all we talk about is like me drinking them. It's Canadian.
Listen, yeah, I got a great bottle of bourbon for a gift today from one of our members when I went into the office. So I'll crack that open. It's a very nice bourbon. Thank you, Liberty, for a thumbs up. I asked for his advice, and Liberty was able to give me a thumbs up on it, and he was right. It's actually really good. So
there you go.
Yeah, you got it. So I know we are signed up. We got 211 other people signed up for the vote. So guys, if you're in the space, and what we're going to do is transition over to the governance proposal page when it comes time. So even if you are on the space on your phone, you can hop on YouTube and check out the stream, because we'll have that live too. So that should be pretty fun to check out as this all starts to progress and take shape. So.
Yeah, well, I asked a few people to jump up. I see John accepted. John, how you doing, buddy?
Hi guys, how you doing?
Good. How are you, man?
What an awesome night, huh?
It's going to be an awesame night. It's a big deal, man, and I hope people realize, I mean, you're seeing 2 years of work come to fruition, right?
Probably more than that, Steve. Really.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I don't know the exact timeline, but the fact is that they put a ton of blood, sweat, and tears. You can see just in the amount of detail, and we talked about it. We talked at length with Parker, obviously, over 2.5 hours on the last stream, as well as just bantering back and forth, and just understanding. Like I said on the stream, Andrew and I have probably read it 4 times minimum each, just trying to grasp it and understand it. So when we come into these spaces, we can talk at least as intelligently as we can. We're never going to grasp it all from the level of living it for 2.5 years or whatever it was, but. We tried to do it justice. I challenged Parker. I asked him, I said, "Did you do any justice in our spaces as we gather this content and try to bring it out?" He said we did okay. I think he was being gracious.
Yeah, it's just an amazing amount of details there. It's like, wow.
It is.
These guys have put in the hours just researching it and implementing it. It's like I can't even imagine how many things they had to do.
Yeah. Well, that's the joke that we always have too. It's like, imagine the whiteboard trying to piece like that puzzle together, and then like not only like just the pieces of the puzzle, but they had to do like the research to find which piece would specifically fit in like that slot to make it actually work. Right? Yeah, it's amazing to see. And again, we can talk about the lack of communication, over the last little bit, but I think we can start to see and understand why, they've been so quiet. And even now, like, people are asking like, oh, are they partner with MNOs, this, that, whatever, and show me some proof. Like somebody was, trying to ask me today on X, and like it literally says partnered with, mobile network operators, like literally on the about section of their website. Right. They've been a GSMA member since 2018, Parker mentioned. So they've been in talks and working with them. Like they built this network specifically for them. Right.
I know some of our close crew that we talk to all the time did some extreme scrubbing through what Parker said, right? And there was some nuggets in there if you paid attention.
So. I think that'll continue to come out too. Like it's only been 2 days, 3 days. I don't even know when we did this. Tuesday, right?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, so 2 days. Good math. So yeah, like I think there's probably going to be more stuff that probably come out, right? And like it's like I haven't listened to it again since. But I plan on it, to find, like you said, those little tidbits. And I don't know if everybody has the ability to clip on YouTube or if it's just because we are the ones that were part of it. But like I'd love to find a couple more of like little clips within that 3 hours that we can like broadcast. Like that one that Hodler Vaughn put out too. It's like, you know, the best of both worlds, combining, you know, the scarcity of Bitcoin with the burn mechanism of like ETH, and like putting that together in like unison, right? So but I see we also got Cody and Liberty that have jumped up. What's going on, boys?
Hey, boys.
Ayo.
All right, how many glasses have we had tonight already?
We all agreed to drink whiskey tonight. Maybe that wasn't the best idea, but yeah.
I'm just trying to catch up to Andrew. That's it.
You're trying to hold your own.
The bottle is we're okay. It's not too bad today.
It's definitely the most expensive bottle I've ever bought of bourbon.
It's well worth it for tonight.
To new beginnings, man.
To new beginnings, yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cody, what's your take on all this, man? I know you and DFX have been participating in the DAO and your own structure for a while, and using Snapshot. Have you had a chance to kind of breeze through what they've written and the in-depth steps that they've taken to kind of set this governance the path forward?
Honestly, I haven't got a chance to dig through all of it, right? But I think that Parker has some sophistication going on there, man.
Yeah.
He has dug deep for the past couple of years. Shout out to him. I will say he's paying a good close attention to what's going on in the market. He's realizing what works, what doesn't work, and he's applying very sound mechanics to an ever-changing market, right? And I think what Telcoin is doing is it's going to be something amazing. It's going to be something dope, and I don't mean that just to like shill it and say, "Oh, you guys need to get it." You know, I'm saying that like this is just the beginning to something that I'm really excited about. To be honest, I'm excited to participate in it. I'm excited to, you know, vote in governance, which I never even really thought that we would get to the point to where Telcoin would be like a governance model. I have always thought that it was more going to be like a, you know, kind of more centralization underneath the hood. But, it seems as if there is a fair shot every chance you look at it. I'm impressed. I'm pumped. I'm excited to be a part of it, even from a DFX perspective. I know we've already talked to them, getting some contracts rolling, getting the new L2 DFX underway. It's just, it's a great time, man. Honestly, I'm drinking some rum right now. I got some family in town.
Oh, speak of the devil, Parker's he's in the house. He's
Get him up
here. I've invited him to speak. So
I think he'll come up. I think he'll come up in a bit. I think we were talking a little bit earlier. He's just got to make sure that everything's ready to go for the solstice.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. It's crunch time, man. They're down to
a couple minutes.
What's the countdown at here? Let's
I don't know, man.
We're at 11. We're at 11 minutes even right now. Yeah. So I'm gonna switch over to that.
When does that vote officially go live?
10 minutes 50. Yeah, 10 minutes 50 seconds. 51, yeah. So I got a countdown going, Cody, on the YouTube stream. So. Hey.
I thought we were going to be a professional, platform here. Just a bunch of idiots freaking yelling.
Just a bunch of. Well, yeah, that's all right. Sometimes this is awesome.
It is.
There's how you know, buddy.
I'm not drinking personally, but as far as I can tell, the best time to drink is when you're celebrating something. You know?
That's right.
We're celebrating. That's for sure.
It's a party.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys want to know why I was wearing that tuxedo? That tuxedo is my pro pick.
Yes.
Yes, we do. Well, we heard before you jump into it, we did hear Quigley's side of it, but he was, he was a little bashful of the storytelling. So yeah, we would love to hear yours.
Yeah. So I was playing goalkeeper for like my club, intramural team, and went out, like made a save, and then like thought I jammed my pinky. It turns out I like completely wishboned my pinky. And so I went, and so it was Sunday, and it was a Sunday wedding because it was a Jewish wedding, and then I went to that wedding and got some real firm handshakes, right? Like some macho men. I was like, oh, I'm dead. And so then we were, needed to ship the Telcoin.org website, release stuff, and set up the Japan team to for success to make that happen. So it was Sunday night. I left the wedding early. I'm wearing this tuxedo. I'm on this Google Meet with Jeff, and my hand's broken. I'm just all right, this should probably be my pro pick. That's the story. And I got a bunch of tweets to that, and I was
oh yeah.
I'll call him later.
Parker, how much bourbon did you drink that night just to get over
Zero.
that?
Absolutely zero.
You felt every single handshake.
I can't drink on Sundays. It's not that's not an option for me. But I respect those who can. I'm just saying.
Not your deal.
Yes. I don't care what day it is the week for me. I don't know, but me, it's more social. I'm a social drinker.
So, Cody, thanks for everything you said, man. I really appreciate that. The TFX Telcoin overlap is pretty awesome after all these years, and now it's something that within the different when earlier you were talking about adoption. I think someone mentioned participation adoption or something on this, and the thing is that the system's set up so that each of the councils can change the rules for who can do what over their domain. So you could theoretically say, well, if there's not enough application developers, we should attend council vote to increase who can become an application developer, or really change any of the rules that are on the site using the processes that are defined there. Mm-hmm. And so you have this localization of decision making over those types of things that both enables you to, if you have, let's say, a situation where you don't have adoption, well, you can just alter the rules for who can participate and then continue to experiment over time and have these overlapping experiments, across these different governance orgs.
Yeah, and Parker, that's one of the things I know after the 2 hour or 2.5 hour plus streaming. We were bantering back and forth on X. Somebody said about participation, and I think it was idiot said, well, why wouldn't you want to vote? Or somebody did, and I was like, that's a great question. Why would you not want to participate in this if you're involved in the community and understand the path forward? I mean, why wouldn't you want to participate other than just it's traditional type crypto is I'm going to buy, it goes up, and I sell and buy a Lambo or whatever it is, right? So, but yeah, so I mean the people that I think are the 200 plus that have signed up are the true OGs that want to participate and want to make this.
I interjected. You don't have to sign up to vote.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying in theory. Right. No, and thank you for that clarification. But the folks that do want to participate, right? I look forward to seeing how they're involved and education, as Andrew said earlier, right? I think it'll all take care of itself. That wheel will continue to spin, and the snowball effect will happen.
Well, it just takes time. It really does. I had said it before. We had talked in chats and stuff like that. It's just there's different layers to DeFi, right? There's the reason why some people may have not gotten into DeFi summer, me being one of them, understanding EP finance and stuff like that. Is there's a sophistication to utilizing your assets that people may not understand at the current moment. But once you actually take apart the buying and selling aspect and looking at the buying and using and then potentially selling later. If you're just looking at it, you got to look at the whole Don't look at just I want to profit. Look at how can I utilize the assets around me to make money, right? And again, it's not even the money aspect. It's just about understanding that there is a natural flow to all of it, and you're going to learn a lot.
It's an ecosystem.
The entire time. Yeah, man.
It's an
and
ecosystem.
That's the thing that's a super great important word is ecosystem, man. That's the reason why even with DFX, like utilizing Chainlink, right? If you utilize the tools around you, you're gonna be, I'm not gonna say just as successful as Chainlink, but I'm gonna say that like you're utilizing the tools that were built in order to be successful. So you know, don't undermine them, don't short sell them, you know, use them, understand them, and then just benefit from that, right? And so, you know, I know one thing I wanted to point out there because Parker, we had gotten the latest DFX Tel USDC pool that's going to be up. It's already up on Balancer, but it's going to be, you know, kind of like double incentive wise based off of like hidden hand markets, and it's going to be different from the traditional I would say incentive structure, but I'm going to say that it's going to be more towards people who participate opposed to sit there with their, you know, on their hands at the end of the day. So get out there, guys. Like I'd like to use we had talked about this before, or Parker had said it, was like, get your bootstraps on, guys. Get dirty, understand it, realize that it's not just about buying and holding. It's about buying, utilizing, using, and then going from there.
Yeah. Parker, we want to be mindful of the time. We got 3 minutes until the winter solstice hits, right? So,
snapshot up. Let's go. I'm ready
to go. Man. And you're just sitting here on a space, man. You're not panicking. You're good. You did your homework. You make sure everything's good.
Ideally not preparing at 9:24.
I will say though, it's up. It's up right now. It's been guys.
It's been created. It hasn't been submitted.
Parker, you fucker.
He's waiting for the exact moment. You know.
So we just shared the screen on the actual proposal on the YouTube screen. So everybody that wants to see it on the YouTube stream, go ahead and go to the Pat's page, and you'll be able to see it. It's pending. Starts in 2 minutes. It says.
Let's go. Parker, how are you feeling? You excited? Tell us the emotional state that you're in right now.
I'm really stoked that everyone has accepted the system. Generally, from what I've heard, it seems like I haven't heard really anyone have negative feedback. It seems like everyone's really excited about it, and that's really all that matters to me. You know, and then of course I'm stoked about actually what we as a team have constructed, because that I think that it really it makes a lot of sense to me. And now the structure for like the technological structure and the governance system that enables the property rights over the system for this value chain, I see that as the future of blockchain systems. And you know, given the just mobile network operators and their reach, just a really exciting proposition that is now, you know, we wrote a white paper in 2017, and we've been working, you know, towards developing this and then deconcentrating it to a legal association, and now that's all here. So it's just a matter of, so now it's like everybody who's a participant in the ecosystem, you know, will be collectively adopting it. And Telcoin, the company, is just one of participant in one position out of four that share equal power and control. So it's exciting to be able to, you know, to go in, and now we're deciding, you know, to adopt this system, and now we get to go work within it collectively, and of course as individuals to earn revenue on our own, but then collectively to, you know, make this thing sustainable and to drive adoption and all the different objectives that we have laid out and that the community has. 927, the proposal is live.
Let's go.
Let's go. I just active. I'm going to stop sharing so I can connect my wallet and Somebody's alarm's going on.
Let's go.
Parker, is there an aspect of this that you are excited to maybe see that because there's more entities involved that maybe you weren't able to, touch on or anything like that you're excited to see be involved with now?
Would you mind rephrasing your question?
I was gonna say, who's
now that there's like more entities involved, like it's not the core team involved. There's different community involved and everything. Like exciting that you're be implemented into the entire ecosystem and everything like that.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to see the experimentation across each of the layers. I think that first off, just each of the steps of the process is fun. From voting for this and discussing it with everybody to then voting on it as a community and approving it. So it starts from that foundation of consensus. And there's just a lot of incremental fun steps along the way, and I just look forward to seeing how all these different networks evolve over time within the system, the governance system. And I'm kind of like doing other things while I'm doing this, talking to people internally. So
I was just gonna say, pretty big moment. Yeah. Well, hey,
give me like 5 minutes, and I'll be right back.
We're at 363.
28 million.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's well over 300 million already.
397.
Almost 400 now.
400 million. Yeah.
399.
1%, basically. Actually, I think the circulating is like 70 or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But
it's okay, Cody. You're not the math guy.
No, it's pretty cool. I was second to vote. I didn't get it. I'm kind of pissed. I'm not gonna lie. The first person, good shit. They were up on their clock. They had it going. But honestly, man, it's really cool to see this, man.
Very cool.
I don't know what the threshold is and stuff like that for like for and against. But imagine voting.
There is none. Somebody just dropped a heavy one. We're at 832 now.
Oh, 374 million and 157 million just voted.
Good, you?
Damn.
873.
Damn, he was deep. Here's the thing: is what I love to do is I love to look at like who the address is, and then I see that they were in ENS. They were in what's this other one? Alchemy or Arbitrum? Like it's so cool to see like the different things that they have voted for and see kind of the diversity out there. So like that's another thing to pay attention to.
Damn. We're gonna hit a billion soon. Yeah, we're at 1.1 billion. 1.1 billion, fellas.
1.1 billion. Let's go.
Wait till
Shots all around.
Yeah. Cheers, fellas. Yeah.
I'll drink.
Yeah, you don't have to coax me too much.
God damn, that's good whiskey. Sorry.
Sorry. I can't do whiskey. I can't do bourbon. Those things are bleh. Tequila.
Grow up, Cody.
I ain't old enough yet. That's the thing. It's like when I get to an age, it'll end up hitting me.
Oh, come on.
And now he's calling everybody else old, apparently.
Yeah. But we got Telfam. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, guys? Sorry, I haven't been jumping in much.
No.
It's an exciting day, so I want to hop in and say what's up to everyone.
Yeah,
Congratulate you, team. Congratulate you guys with everything you do. It's pretty awesome, man. It's cool to be a part of. I enjoy communicating with you guys on Twitter and everything. So it's been fun, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, shots around, buddies.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah,
Again?
Oh yeah, he's shooting tequila, aren't you, Killa?
I know John was asking about doing tequilas earlier.
I'm drinking tequila, man. I'm about to make some margaritas.
Right on.
I'm 32 right now. Shit's about to get a little crazy out here. Friday, baby, let's go.
Yes. Right on.
Those of you who don't know, I'm in Japan, so my time difference is a little different.
Yeah, dude.
It's not Friday yet here.
Just got a notification that it's live.
What's
We are
that?
live. 1.2.
2.4 billion.
Oh, there's somebody.
2.4. Somebody spanked it. 2.4 billion. Yeah.
He just dropped a 1.3 billy.
Woo. Maybe
Whoa.
that's a boat.
Looking at my wallet, man. Chill.
Hey,
Ow.
hey, don't fuck my bags.
Man, calm down.
If you know what's actually funny, if you scroll over them, they show like what it's coming from. So it actually like breaks it down, like where it's coming from. So you have like essentially 3 different avenues. You can have it either in Telex, you could have it staked on the app, and then you can have it just in your wallet. So it actually down. So the 1.2 bill, you've got 1.2 bill again. I don't know which is in which, but and then 65 and then 2.2.
Yeah, and remember how Parker broke that down when it comes to Telex. If you are staking, it actually takes
The
an 80-20. Yeah, if you take an 80-20 pool, your 20, if it's say USDC, it'll take that value in Telcoin and apply it to your voting power.
So if your liquidity pool token equals 10 grand USDC, it'll be the equivalent of whatever Telcoin's value is at that time.
Yeah, some of these wallets are oh, shit. Yeah, I'm feeling inadequate here.
Making me real insecure.
That's right. Yeah.
2.7 now, boys. 2.7. And you know what? You know what the best part is? You know what the best part is? 0 against.
0 against, yeah.
0
I'm
against.
going to change that vote. Hold on a second.
No one see Cody's bag. 1.
No, I'm going. I gotta go.
Yeah. 2.7 billion voting power. Now, if that's across 200, so you see why the 213 people that did sign up signed up, right? Because there's some heavyweights swinging, and what's best for this ecosystem, right? And that's what's important when we see all this activity. You see 2.7 billion Telcoin as voting power in the first 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes.
Active community.
That's
about it.
right. Even though the number is small that actually are participating in this early vote, it's because they want what's best for the ecosystem. So huge props to everybody that got and delegated their tokens participating in the inaugural vote here, man. This is awesome to see.
Just to give you guys some context, some quick math, 2.7 billion at current value is essentially $6.2 million being spoken to.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's not even 10 minutes. Like
now we're at 3 billion. Hold on, let me get my math up. Change this number.
Yeah, 3 billion.
So yeah, just shy of $7 million.
That's $7 million. Swinging their Telcoin dicks voting. Yeah, this is
dick everywhere.
just mad flexing everywhere.
Well, this isn't going to be the most professional stream or spaces we've ever done.
Nah, it's still crypto, right? Like we're still degenerates. We gotta, gonna curse every now and then.
No, honestly, pretty PC in here, so that's why I like to
stream right here.
Yeah.
Hey man, honesty and realness goes a long way. So you guys being authentic and real definitely is. I'd rather listen to that than anything else. So.
Yeah, I hear that. That's one thing, man. I think all these spaces, everybody that steps up and talks and participates, they're all just genuine folks, right? and that's why we continue to do them. We're not robots. We're not reading off the script. Andrew's like, what are we going to talk about? And we're like, we'll take her. Right? I mean, it's just.
Well, we both kind of laughed at each other. We're like, well, I'm like, 27 minutes. I'm like, we could easily just talk for 27
Yeah,
minutes.
we can can that easy, man. That's it. Oh, who's got the soundboard? Zach?
Yeah, what's with the audience?
Yo, so real quick, like I just realized something. Like I'm sorry, I was clicking on like there's a button on here that you can click that actually does like a soundboard for it, and I never knew that.
Wait, in app in X?
Yeah, in app.
What?
Little magic wand thing. Shit.
Oh.
Like, you can do that, or you can do a voice changer and shit.
Oh shit! There goes there goes the spaces. We're gonna have nothing but sound clips.
That is hilarious. What are we at now? 3.7.
Real quick though, I got to jump off. I got family here, guys. But I just want to say shout out to like you guys for hosting the spaces. Shout out to all the Telfam out there. Seriously, dude, I've been involved since 2017, and honestly, I can't believe the amount of participation. I can't the amount of people that have gotten eyes on Telcoin. I'm super impressed with the team. I'm super impressed with just all the development that has went into this and everything that has led to this moment. Listen, I'm pumped, man. I'm excited for the future. I don't care what happens. This is it. So I love you guys. I love everything you guys do, and I look forward to being up on stage again soon. So
right on, man. Yeah, thank you, Cody. Yeah, enjoy the holidays with your family, man.
Enjoy the family, man. Appreciate it. Those are very nice, kind words, and hey, love you too, buddy, man.
I appreciate you, brother. You guys be safe, all right?
Yeah, you too.
Keep it real, Cody. I'm back. What's up?
Merry Christmas.
What's up, Harvard? We're
Are we good?
we're good.
You want a quick update? A little 3.8 billion
3.8 billion
tell against.
God,
let's go.
Every vote counts, right?
Who? So, Andrew, what's the value of the 3.8? You got your handy dandy calculator.
8.7 million.
It's almost $9 million worth of Telfam has now voted.
Liberty Lab. That's actually a tough thing to say. Liberty, right? They just call you Liberty, probably.
You have to say it 3 times though.
The boogeyman's gonna get you.
There's some amazing Twitter handles. Can I tell you guys the one that I think is the funniest?
Of course.
The guy, his name, he calls himself his local shithead.
Local shit. I don't think I've seen it. I haven't seen that one.
Oh, he replies to every single tel bus. It's so funny. Like this guy cracks me up so much. Yeah.
I am going to go right on this.
I think his name is @BluntHammer.
At BluntHammer. I'm going to follow him right on the stream.
Read some of his tweets.
I think
make people laugh. It's actually hysterical.
My most frustrating one is the idiot because he's one of the best Telcoin members here, but I can't help but call him idiot.
Whoa, that's not very nice.
He's one of the most knowledgeable members in the community.
He does so much more than he gets credit for. 100%.
That is 100%.
As far as I'm concerned, he's an absolute legend. He is.
Maybe there'll be a boxing match between Liberty and Idiot.
Oh shit!
No, I would never want to do.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I might have to put some money on Idiot on that one. Sorry, Liberty.
Liberty's stout, man. I wouldn't bet against him.
I like the underdog.
You literally just sent me your address, Andrew.
This is true. Okay, you're absolutely right. Well, I'll see the return address, so just so people know, it sounds like. Did you send it out yet?
We break 4 billion yet? Not yet.
No,
Still 3.8.
Yeah. Liberty, did you send it yet?
No, I didn't send it.
Okay. Yeah, because we were talking about that on the call. So Parker, it sounds like the flag's coming to Canada. It's coming up north.
That's awesome. You're gonna have to send it to Lugano at some point.
Well, I think that's like you said on Tuesday. That's where we should raise it.
Yeah, we have to find a place where it can be raised. Like they're gonna. I don't know how you just go out and start raising the flag somewhere. You know,
We'll buy a meter by a meter property somewhere.
You just do it. Yeah, you just do it. It's Canada. Yeah.
No, we're not.
Steve.
I pray to God we don't do it in Canada. No offense, Andrew, but I would
That's okay.
prefer that we didn't hang it in Canada if that's cool.
It's okay with me. It's okay with me.
Raise it in Canada.
I don't know what Canada connection there is to Telcoin outside of the office in Vancouver, so it's okay. I don't take any offense to it.
All right. Glad we got past that.
I'm gonna ping the folks watching on YouTube, see if there's any comments or questions.
4.1, gentlemen.
We went over 4 billion.
9.5 mil.
Hey, Andrew and Steve, I got a question for you.
Yeah, what's up, Tank?
So I have some of my Tel in the Telcoin app,
Yes, sir.
and then I have some on my Ledger wallet. I would say a very substantial amount on my Ledger wallet.
Yep.
I don't know how to figure out what portion is delegated for my voting rights based off my MetaMask between the two.
Yeah, so the delegation is only coming from your app.
Let Parker handle it. Yeah, he's
Fair
there.
I think I got this one. So basically, take if you have Tel on the app, whether or not it's Tel that is staked, unstaked, whether or not it's Tel rewards. If you have already before 9/27 today delegated it externally to your MetaMask Ledger wallet, then that all of the voting power from there counts towards the proposal. And the total voting power on the proposal is all the Tel, the total possible voting power on the proposal is all of the Tel that's on Ethereum and on Polygon, plus the non-Tel liquidity that's in TelX that's staked properly or unstaked. In the case of like the DFX one, or actually no, it doesn't even have to be. It doesn't even have to be staked, or as long as you have that liquidity. So instead of an 80-20, 80 Tel, 20 USDC voting and getting 80% of that as voting power, you get 80 plus 20. The total Tel value of the pool towards the vote. And so I hope that answers your question.
So it sounds to me like what's on my Ledger I won't get credit for.
You will. If it's on a Ledger, you just use MetaMask, plug in a snapshot, and vote.
Yep.
Okay, dope, cool.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah.
There's videos online too.
But take if you haven't added your Ledger to MetaMask for this purpose, I know people how cautious they are with their ledgers, including myself. But it is relatively easy. If you want to DM me and I can walk through you, we can just screen share or whatnot. I can walk you through it.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it, man.
And just so you guys know, we've not worked the Tel and the Treasury and all that stuff. We're not voting with it. So it's pure.
What's the balance?
Private property.
What's the balance in the Treasury right now?
I haven't looked, but the balance in the Tel Treasury at the outset is 10 billion.
10. 4.2 billion. So Parker, happy with the results thus far? I mean, we're 20 minutes in, right?
Yeah. All the KuCoin Tel plus all the Tel that's in the Genesis wallet, which I think is like 28 or 25, maybe something like that. That can't vote. So it's like 48. So like the total voting power, unless KuCoin has some mechanism that they're voting with, I think is like whatever the total is minus those
Mm.
and any other exchange, really. So, yeah,
But how would they be able to do that?
on an exchange.
Yeah. Yeah, like how would KuCoin, they like essentially
Depends on
they
their
have
setup. I mean, if they have, let's say that they had like, I don't know, there are probably exchanges out there that are enabling people to vote in governance proposals, but I don't use centralized exchanges, so there's that.
Yeah, no, I got off of it a long time ago too, but
Yeah, I got off that
a
a while ago.
wallet, they're technically custodying that TEL, right? So essentially, if they use that TEL to vote, then they have that ability to do so.
It's on their balance sheet, dude.
Yeah, no, but that's what I mean.
So
They
with
custody
that,
it, right?
Actually, quick question with that then. So technically, could KuCoin use anyone who has their Telcoin on KuCoin, could they use that for their own voting power then?
So KuCoin, if you think about it, though, I think it's like KuCoin's cold storage is probably the majority of it. Their cold storage is definitely some sort of smart contract wallet, and smart contracts can't vote, so they would have had to delegate externally to another wallet to vote. I don't think that they would have taken the time to do that.
I think they got a business to deal with too. Yeah, I'm sure they're not worried about every single DAO vote that's coming, but
Sucks for them.
sucks to suck.
The proposal.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God, absolutely. I'm stoked at the amount of people that are participating and the weight they're bringing into the ecosystem and into the governance. So super stoked, man. I'm telling you, like I'm telling you this 100% honest that I didn't expect 4.2 billion Telcoin to put their weight behind it.
Especially in the first like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean we're 22 minutes in, right?
We still have a full week
A
of
full
this.
week. So I mean I absolutely am in awe. I mean I think it's fantastic. Yeah. There you go. I swear I'm going to either thank or hate Cody for pointing that out.
Wow, when we were talking about it too in like our group chat, like we mentioned, like even if like 25% of like the circulating supply voted, it was what, like 16, 17 billion, and to have this much literally in the first, less than half an hour, that's huge.
Yeah.
Right.
And an unanimous vote.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, there's 0 against, right? So,
literally
so
0.
That definitely is rewarding. And I mean, there weren't any negative comments. There was only one reply to the proposal with feedback that was really well put together by Telcoin Magazine.
Yeah, he's
and
good.
We replied to each of them, and there were well articulated questions and great points. Didn't need to integrate anything of them in particular, but the type of things that someone with like a legal mind would look at and ask good questions about. So that was the only one that was like a contest moment of contestation about the proposal publicly. So I figure you at least see a couple people say something bad.
Parker, that wasn't in any negative light. I promise you, he's a professor. He's
negative light at all. I'm hoping for the process of like deliberation and like feedback, and that's what it's all about, is being able to take information and integrate it and improve things.
Well, it's almost like he's a perfectionist to that level too, where he was referencing different articles to making sure that things match up, things line up, that it all makes sense. Like it was more just a checks and balances than it was like positive or negative, right? I've had conversations with Telcoin Magazine, Hodler Vaughn before, and very well educated individual.
Yeah.
Like he knows what he's doing. You could tell in like the stuff that he writes, and like sometimes too, like when something comes out, it's like 2 days later, and like he has done the due diligence. Like it feels like he's done research for like 2 days to put that article together, and the information just came out 2 days ago. Like when he gets invested in something, like he dives right in, and like he is so smart and well put together, and like even like his thought process and like how he puts it into words. So yeah, like for me, like when I read through it too, Parker, and like great responses back, by the way. It was more, I think, just making sure that like the checks and balances and everything that was there. That was really what I took from it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just an ongoing process of getting things right, and you can't imagine a person just coming up with everything right from the start and something, especially as complex as this. And so we just, have a series of shared problems that governance will solve over time, and that means that people are going to need to be able to, voice their preferences and interests, and share information about system conditions and try and integrate that feedback. And so the idea is that should be super easy to do, as well as to adapt the system as a result of those feedback processes. So the more of that, the merrier. I mean, that's why there's like recurring council meetings every 2 weeks. If you want to be a council member, you have to like do that, because that's how you can go through different proposals for how things ought to be, and review alternatives, and contest them and debate, and come up with the best solution for everyone. And I think the decision-making rules are structured so that if the proposal is benefits everyone for the most part, as far as that can go, without being fully unanimous, I think it's set up to ensure that everybody's interests and preferences are represented, while still being able to be fluid and have accountability through the minor groups and stuff. I can talk about this all day.
I was just gonna ask. I was like, once the councils get together, can you like maybe go through like what like the plan is? Because like I know like the association's got to get organized and get operational, but like once the council members are voted on, approved, and elected, like what's that situation like, and like what does that look like?
Yeah, so after the minor councils are elected, then they will plan and finance and allocate plan and finance improvements, provide infrastructure, allocate in the case of the council, and obviously miners will be harvesting TEL issuance based off the rules they set, and so it's just an ongoing process of submitting proposals and considering them and trying to improve the system. And with this sort of like parallel resource governance system, that's possible to have all those experiments run at the same time for how to drive adoption and participation and liquidity and all that.
Nice. And you talked about these weekly 2 weeks or bi-weekly meetings. Like, so those are just going to be them getting together, talking about proposals, getting things organized, and moving forward in that way.
Yeah, sharing information about system conditions, general updates, to contesting proposals, debating them with proposal authors, whatever the minor councils set for their own agendas is up to them. And the platform and treasury, the platform council can decide that, hey, look, 2 weeks is too much. Let's change it to a month, and that's just a TIP proposal with 6 out of 8 approval. So everything is can be adapted, and without like very high decision making costs, because all the potential billions of of potential miners participating, having the representative aspect with the different orgs, really both ensures that everybody's represented, and then reduces the cost of decision making from like every single person having to make a choice about every single time they want to add a new telex market or something, for instance, and then enables those different orgs to handle their own domains, just focus exclusively on that rather than trying to solve every problem at once.
Well, and I think that's like what the beauty of it is too. Like you talk about like just something as simple as how frequently they meet. Like, okay, the Telex team, okay, they want to meet monthly. Okay, the app team, okay, we probably should, maybe meet more frequently. Let's do it weekly. And then, like it's essentially each ecosystem in itself working within a larger ecosystem, right?
Yeah, there's different scales. So at the global scale, you have like the platform is one indivisible system of three different combined structure of the three different blockchain infrastructure networks in the Treasury and the governance infrastructure. And so that's the platform and treasury councils, and they're elected by each of the minor groups equally.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the compliance council. It's like a special purpose cross-jurisdictional org that's responsible for council and association compliance in terms of has veto authority over council proposals, and it also is responsible for conflict resolution and like legal and organizational both representation and structuring, and then actor authorizations, and then the TAN Council regulates the application layer economics, so that the provisioning, allocating TEL to plan and finance the improvements to infrastructure, or allocating TEL for miners to harvest to drive the objectives of the production of the system. And so that's also the case with the TELX Council on TELX. And so, yeah, that's what I mean when I say like a parallel sort of polycentric system, is that there's numerous governance organizations governing this parallel system.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Well, I know you kind of alluded to me trying to join the TELX, which I'm not opposed to doing.
I think everyone alluded to that. I don't think anyone on this, I don't think there is a person on this thing. Everybody raise your hand if you think that Andrew should be on the TELX Council.
Does 2 count? I got 2 up.
I'll put mine up. I feel like that's implicit. Man, there actually isn't that much. Okay, we got 3 or something. Wow, dude.
You guys are going to make me blush soon.
Hey,
Steve.
Liberty, can I ask you a question?
Shoot.
What are you most excited about?
About what?
In terms of the same, I basically just did a reverse for verse on you and asked you the question you asked me earlier.
I want to see a picture of how much of that whiskey you've drunk.
I finally got them all to bed. I've had a few drinks. What am I most excited about?
What are you going to participate in?
That's a loaded question. What do you mean?
Are you going to participate as a council member? Or are you going to do you like staking them out? So you want to be a liquidity miner?
I am.
Future platform council member, maybe.
There you go.
I will do. Honestly, I'm totally invested in this project. I will do whatever makes sense, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't even thought.
Hey, Liberty, let's break it down to a little bit simpler. Are you providing liquidity to TELX?
No.
Okay. Are you staking on app?
No, but only because I have not figured out how to do it.
To stake on app?
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have not figured out how to do that.
Right.
And,
Liberty, we're gonna book an hour meeting.
No, Liberty, you've been handing your referral code out, so you've staked on app.
Oh yeah, well I do the stake and referral, sure.
So
yeah.
Well, that's what Andrew was saying. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've got the stake and referral thing down for sure. Well, that's broken down Barney stuff to do that shit. like liquidity pools. That's where I'm not sure how to do that shit.
Yeah, tread carefully, and there's no reason to jump in and stuff you don't understand. Sounds like the staking thing's working out pretty good. Now you're going to get some new opportunities and ownership rights for being
Hold on, Parker. You said don't jump into things you don't understand. That's how all of us got involved in crypto in the first place, right? So,
whatever. Be smart.
Well,
Not financial advice.
not financial advice, yeah.
about maybe $40 off the sacred referral. I don't know how much that has done for me, but
Not yet.
clearly understand how that will work for a more like crypto influencer type. That could be extremely beneficial.
Well, the one thing too is that the TEL issuance that you harvest as a staker is based off of the combination of your fees that you pay each week and your referral network's fees each week. So if you're a big trader alone, you stand to potentially harvest a lot of TEL, not just from your referral network, because of course their role is to produce platform adoption, and then there's two components of that, like connecting with your payments network and then actually using the system.
Well, I do that, but I'm not even a trader. Like when I first got to like crypto, I traded like I knew what I was doing, but I didn't. I know what I was doing.
We all did, Liberty. Let's be honest. Yeah.
I went through the ICO phase in 2017 and got wrecked. But
This is yeah. I started posting shit like I knew what I was doing, but I didn't.
okay, Steve, stop.
I think that's a rite of passage for all of us. I've been baptized by fire more times than
Yeah, you're not going to learn until you dip your feet in the water. And like even for me, like to get involved in Telex, I think it took me 4 hours to like fully do it. I didn't even know what Polygon was when I started. I didn't know what bridging was. I had no idea. But
yeah,
it was a process just to get to like understanding MetaMask and getting to Polygon and understanding how to trade through Polygon or bridging and everything like that. Like it's been a fucking learning experience the last 3 years for sure.
But that's the beauty of it too, though, right? Like you take the ownership of it, and you take financial responsibility, which is the end game of I think what we want to do anyway, right? Like the whole thing that Telcoin is building is for the people. Take the onus out of the bank's hands, put it into your own hands, and put your money to work the way that you want it to work and what's most beneficial for you. And with that comes, the ability to do due diligence to understand the mechanisms to provide you with those benefits, right? If you're not willing to put in that effort, that work, you're not going to reap the rewards for it, right? It's essentially, that they're building a proof of work model within a proof of stake system, right? Where if you want to benefit from it, you've got to put the due diligence in to understand it, to fully appreciate what they put in, right?
Yeah, interesting. You just made a really good point. It's basically that's like the differentiation between this and like a company, right? Like with a company, you invest in common stock, and then you have ownership rights over the stock and the thing the benefits it produces, and with this, like it's not like that at all, actually. Like use it as a production input, use it as a production input, undertake labor, work, and then like benefit based off fees and issuance competitively versus other people, within the same like governance system. But so it's a key factor that people need to understand, and it's an area that, because we haven't applied these existing frameworks, people haven't really taken the time to recognize the nature of these goods and the natures of their ownership models, so that they can make good systems that are based on theories and frameworks for building those types of institutions that already exist. But with that note, I have a friend over. We're here to celebrate a little bit of the TGIP1.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave him waiting.
No.
But I really enjoy hanging out with you guys, and I'll be much more in the community sphere moving forward. It's as I said before, it's like I'm just put up or shut up, and now like I feel like we put it up. So I'll be
Well,
all right.
We'll continue to do these, and you're always welcome, as we said. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the man, Parker. We appreciate everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cheers.
Yeah. Have a good night, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't drink too much without me.
It's too late. It's too late.
We've see ya, Parker. Yeah. We've definitely gone too far already, but that's
Who says? Who's the rule maker here?
I did notice Crypto Pandan came up. I don't know if you had a specific question for Parker or not, but we can try to answer it if you have a question.
What's up, guys? Yeah, the best part of that is the irony that I was actually just getting ready to ask Parker a question about kind of in regards to what Liberty's, kind of question was about, hey, what are you excited about? Well, kind of was curious about, to me, this whole governance proposal is like an amalgamation of all kinds of different things that just can't be broken down quickly, right? And on a quick basis and all of that. But, I want to know what his thoughts are in regards to, the spot ETFs that are really, really, close to being approved, and how that applies to the Nebraska Financial Innovation Act, all of that, in conjunction with what we're seeing with this governance proposal, and just, Bitcoin halving. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. And a lot of people have been touching on this through the last couple of spaces that I've been able to listen to. But anyway, I love all of the collaboration. Some of the things that people have brought up have been things I haven't even thought about, and I love it because it gets more thought-provoking content for me to dive into. So I appreciate you guys, and Steve and Andrew, you guys are awesome for taking time to do this, because it benefits the whole community. So thank you guys.
Oh, we appreciate that, man.
Much appreciated. Yeah. I don't know what Parker would have answered. I don't know if there is a correlation between like the banking side with Nebraska with like the ETFs and all that kind of stuff going on. But like there's, once you start seeing some like of the dominoes kind of starting to fall, I think like that's when things start to get going. And like the ETFs are one of those dominoes that start to fall. And then we start to see regulation becoming more and more prominent. Like, again, Elizabeth Warren, she's a dust, like get her out of here. Like, I don't know what she's trying to do, but like crypto's here. It's here to stay. Like, it's not going anywhere. Right. So we need to learn how to adopt and use it.
Regardless if there's direct correlation between ETFs and anything that we're participating in any crypto ecosystem, the fact is that everything is going to benefit and ride that wave of the ETF approval, right? Yeah. So now whether it's based on the project, doing something good or not, at that point, it doesn't matter. That ETF wave, it's going to cause a wave, and everything's going to ride off of it for, until the halving or after, so it's so close. I keep tabs on it. And just today they said that there was a meeting today, and they're literally down to changing words in the document. That's how close they are to getting it approved. Right.
Yeah.
So it's down to
just like literally one word. It's like you can't put this in there. You got to exchange it for that. Okay.
Right, and it's just like when we were watching.
That too. The scarcity that's created with that alone, and
correct.
It's just sucked out of the air. What does that do to price action when everything else starts? Demand starts increasing. I mean,
but
when you're talking about the ETFs and everything's going to start exploding, especially when the ETFs get approved. But when you're talking about like Telcoins and MNOs getting involved, you're talking about sustainability.
Yeah.
And that kind of, you're getting into the realm of Telcoin getting off of the whole Bitcoin factor. I mean, once we get MNOs involved and stuff like that, like we start becoming sustainable and stuff like that, is there going to be really a bear market at that point? Like, we're just going to keep.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my thought.
Well, no, there will be a bear market, but yeah, because it'll just reset itself, right? So you'll hit a new.
Like in comparison to like before, like once the MNOs get involved and they start getting into.
Liberty, I think I know where you're going with this. Like, you're taking a cryptocurrency business and putting it into like an actual business case scenario. Like, they're making a transition from crypto to a business at that point, right? And that is monumental. It's monumental.
It separates crypto from any other aspect of crypto. I mean, this is like unlike anything in crypto.
Well, that's why I said, like, it's not even a crypto anymore. Like, I like the fact that like this is here, and like once it gets ratified, like Telcoin is a business. It's not a crypto anymore. It's a business that is working within the blockchain space.
Right, and when it's self-sustainable and it continuously builds and builds and builds, and the more people rely on crypto or Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever. Over the years, and the value of that increases over the years. I mean, the more like logical it makes Telcoin look. Like, I mean,
So think about this, guys. Like, when you've got the ETFs popping in, I mean, there's an institutional demand level that people have understanding of the possibilities of the effects on price action, because when you have a constant demand that we're seeing on the retail side, and maybe some wannabe institutionals, but when you start getting the BlackRocks involved, I mean, we're talking $9 trillion.
Yeah, Pandan. I mean, so there's a clear differentiation when we're talking about institutional money and retail money, which basically crypto is built on retail money right now.
Yeah.
When you start talking about the BlackRocks and these huge, you're talking about trillions of dollars in a short. They don't give a shit about the money. They're going to dump it in, right? And I don't think a lot of us understand, like, when that spigot turns on, and I've mentioned it in spaces before, when that liquidity spigot turns on, it's going to be monumental. It changes everything.
When you see a six-figure Bitcoin and that money pours down to the altcoins, and the good projects, not the shit coins, you guys you guys know, but like that's why we're here. But
yeah, right.
People don't realize, like, you could literally see a 50 cent. You could see a 50-cent fucking Telcoin in a year, and be mind fucked, and then just be like, "There's no fucking way it's possible."
So the only thing that I would bring up though is, like, we got to be.
My language, by the way.
No. You could say fuck all you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm just thinking right now, as we're talking about ETFs and like BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, all these fucking big names getting in, keep in mind though, they're only going to have access to like Bitcoin ETFs, right? So Bitcoin could fucking moon. They still won't have the ability to really redistribute those profits into altcoins unless they do that themselves.
It doesn't matter though, because that scarcity is going to be created in Bitcoin, which is going to push Bitcoin price up, which is going to push all kinds of FOMO in. And then you're going to have all kinds of altcoin price action.
Right, because Andrew, they're going to be selling. They're like the retailers have been buying since 2010.
Coming from retail, that's going to be redistributing.
Absolutely.
The bulk of the money that is coming into the system is going to be coming from ETFs, which is coming from institutions, which is primarily going to be into Bitcoin, right? Like, we don't have any advances right now on Ethereum ETFs. I'm pretty sure I saw, like, this week or last week that one of them got actually rejected. I can't remember if it was Van Eck or whoever it was, but like an Ethereum ETF got rejected. Obviously, the focus right now is on Bitcoin. But if institutions, and that's where the big money is, comes in, and it's specifically on Bitcoin, the only people that are going to be redistributing that wealth with that appreciation in Bitcoin is retail holders that actually hold Bitcoin right now.
Yeah.
Right? So that's my only.
But that's okay. But that's okay
I
because
Bitcoin going, but we're not going to see an alt
Money
season.
maker now. Bitcoin is not a huge money maker now because it's already.
Well, it's up 150% this year, but that's pretty good to me. I don't know.
right.
But in terms of like altcoins flipping, like it's not what it was 2 cycles ago.
No, every cycle is going to become less volatile for sure.
Bitcoin obviously is the scarcity of Bitcoin. Everybody wants to get as much Bitcoin as they can because everybody's trying to get Bitcoin.
21 million. I mean, yeah.
With Telcoin, it's just like there's a real world use case to it. There's a
scarcity as well.
There's also a huge scarcity case to it too. Like I don't think people talk about this enough. This 2 decimal system, I put it out there a lot. Like the total supply that we currently have is not that much. And
100
it's going
billion.
to play effect. I don't think people really grasp that.
I had that in my notes to talk to Parker about on Tuesday.
M&Os for sure.
Yeah, but even because like total supply though, when you break down the decimals, we are far less than XRP. We're far less than anyone. So it's gonna play a vital part.
Yeah, but back to the Bitcoin ETF. So, Andrew, I totally agree with you that the liquidity comes from retail, right? Selling to the institutions. However, there's going to be so much profit generated from those sales because obviously things will start skyrocketing. That people that bought Bitcoin in 2010 are selling at $280,000 per Bitcoin. They're not going to take all that cash out of the ecosystem, out of the crypto ecosystem as a whole, right?
They're going to redistribute it for sure.
They're going to redistribute it and down to, it might be majors, it might be ETH and Matic and all those tokens, but it's also going to roll down to altcoins eventually too, like we've seen every cycle. So
and what do they say? There's like maybe 2 million Bitcoin on exchanges right now available. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, people are holding it, right? I mean, people are locking it away. I mean, it's
like, what is this 10-cent Telcoin that has a local network operator, Telcoin governance system, and oh my God, they got a digital asset bank? Yeah, I can do that at 10 cents a coin.
Right, exactly, right. They're like, yeah, well,
that's the coin. It only takes 10x to get $1. Like when you look at it,
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're like, I'll throw a few $million at that. Yeah, why not, right?
And then you guys are gonna wake up in Q1 of 25, and your coin's gonna be worth 50 cents.
So, and back to the ETFs, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be a benefit down to all.
Financial advice, not
financial advice, but I'm just saying that ETF is going to benefit. It's just going to benefit everything, right?
For sure. So I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything. I'm just trying to.
No, you are. No.
I'm trying to gauge everybody's expectations. Like it's all the institutional money is not coming for alts; it's coming for the big boy.
Correct. No, and absolutely, and they can gobble all of it up as much as they want. Just I'm just saying it's going to trickle down, and we're going to take advantage. It might not be.
Okay. Steve, stop talking for a second. Hold on.
Jesus Christ! I didn't say anything.
I'm kidding. I was just gonna ask, as we got people that wanted to come up and talk.
Oh, right on, yeah.
What do we got here? Missed Approach, you came up. What's up?
Yeah, I just had one question. Could somebody give me the simple version of how you convert Telcoin over to the Polygon before? I would like to put some of that Tel on that app, that iOS app that Apple has, and I have to convert it to Polygon first.
Well,
then it goes there, correct?
Where do you hold it? Are you on an exchange right now?
It's just on a wallet. I just have it in my wallet.
Oh, it's in a wallet. Okay, yeah. So
it's on ETH.
Yeah, it's on the ETH network. So
yes, it's ETH. Yep.
So the easiest thing, instead of us verbally trying to explain, and I'm going to take a note of your username. There's actually a really, really good video that the Telcoin team put together, and it's on YouTube.
Great.
And I'll share that link for you. So I'll make sure to get that. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, it's super simple. Whether you have it on an exchange or you need to bridge, Matic has a native bridge that is really good to get it over to. Yeah, pretty simple.
Oh, I really appreciate your help. Thank you very much.
Yep, I will get that to you.
And you guys sound very enthusiastic, and I've been in this thing for a couple of years, and I've got lots and lots and lots of patience. So there's no.
You fit right in here. Then you fit right in. Yeah.
You like to drink whiskey?
Well, very good, very good.
Do you like to drink whiskey?
I'm sorry?
Do you like to drink whiskey?
Well, just if it's Crown and 7.
All right.
We'll accept that.
We can do that.
I'll allow it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God.
Fuck it.
Wait, to piggyback off of Andrew, you were saying earlier about the after this proposal being ratified, and Telcoin operating as a company, right? Like, I think with the community, and I pointed this out to you before, Steve. I think in that Telegram when you asked who wants to vote, I was like, why wouldn't you want to vote? Like, why don't?
That was you. That yeah. I thought I didn't know if it was idiot. Yeah, but it was you. Yeah. Yep.
That this is about to become like this is ours. We own this.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you want to participate, right? So I want to mention just looking. I'm looking at the Snapshot website still. Now we're at 4.3 billion. Let me refresh before 4.3 billion. But remember, that is only 83 people voting, right? So there's 200 plus that signed up. So there's still some more weight to come in on this, right? So that was only 83 votes so far.
And just to give you an idea, that is 9.99 million USD.
$10 million, right? $10 million wants to participate, right? So,
and that's at these prices too,
correct. Yeah, what would that be at all-time high, right?
All-time high, yeah, exactly. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
The future's bright. I just I hope the community that does listen to this, you guys do actively decide to participate because it's beneficial for all of us. Beneficial for yourself,
Yeah, absolutely. So
pay yourself.
Yep, and there's going to be a demand for council members. If you guys are interested, I would highly encourage you to throw your. What did Parker say on the stream, Andrew? You can put your name in the hat basically once per cycle, and I'm not sure what that cycle was. It was
once per year.
Once per year, okay.
The term is
council once per year, right? I think
Yeah. The council's a 12-month term. You can, again, should the council elect to vote somebody out for whatever reason, there'll be a special vote delegated specifically for the TAO, though, that's on an 18-month cycle. But we already know who the people are in there. It's what do we talk about? We talked Parker,
Rajesh,
and Amir, and Grant, right? So we've got those 5 that are part of the town now for at least the next 18 months. And then we got the election cycle coming up, which starts again tentatively. I think it's February 8th to the 15th is what they have in the documentation. So we could know who is going to be part of what. That was actually a question I wanted to ask Parker, before he jumped off. Is like, okay, Parker, where are you applying? What are you doing? But
right.
And so I got to assume it's on the platform side, him, Paul, and I got to assume.
I would imagine,
the platform is going to be more like the Telcoin team. The treasury, I got to assume, is going to be heavily influenced by the Telcoin team. Same with the compliance. And I think really, where the community can get involved. And again, it's not to say that you cannot get involved in any of the councils. Just my perception is that we're going to have more of a say more on Telex and on the TAN side. But
yeah, I agree.
So we'll see. But who else we got up here? Patty, what's going on? My West Coast brother.
Historic night for Telcoin.
Yeah, you got that right. Yeah. We're digging it.
Yeah, it was really cool to get on there and vote. Historic night. It's super exciting.
Oh, you dropped the 1.2 bill or what?
Yeah.
Oh, you whales. And I'm like, oh my God, look at this.
Listen.
I'm counting on Telex rewards right now to beef up my bags. But it was awesome to see anyways. It was really cool. But I just wanted to touch on, I think, what Liberty and Andrew and Steve were talking about when, Liberty was saying, I do believe we will always have cycles as it goes. But what Andrew said about Telcoin being a company that's working on the blockchain is exactly right, because when the MNOs get involved here and start like where we get like unbelievable global usership and the Telcoin's going to be used under the hood for these financial services. So what's going to happen then when all these currencies are going in and out of these services that are like with Telcoin under the hood is that when anything is used on the exchange or currencies are going back and forth, they're going to have to buy back Telcoin to pay out all the rewards on Telex and for all the community users. So what that will do is create constant buy pressure, which will, like I understand, will still probably have cycles, but it'll be really hard for Telcoin to have like this big like dip along with Bitcoin and the rest of the market, because they're going to always have, as long as people are using the Telcoin network, that buy pressure is going to be there. So it's pretty exciting and pretty cool, and that's where the rewards come from too. I think that's accurate. I'm again no expert, but
Patty, to elaborate on that, even like when you go to the MNO side, right, and they're setting up their blockchains and their transactional transactions behind the scenes, and their customer base are using Telcoin without, they don't even know they're using Telcoin, right? And we're reaping the rewards for that, right? So
that's the beauty of it, right? Like that's the whole developer side of things, where
exactly.
the Gcash is building something that uses the Telcoin API, and it's a plug and play kind of thing. It's like, okay, next thing you know, okay, Gcash, now you have access to crypto, and not only through crypto, now you have the ability to use,
could you imagine
the Telcoin bank? You can do that. You could pay your bills, all this, that, whatever, right? Like it's.
Could you imagine Gcash coming and be like, "Oh, hey, I want to participate in this liquidity pool," and just dumps 15 million into it, right? So,
through the app.
All these services, all these companies are going to be able to operate like
absolutely
like a crypto bank, and it's all happening.
And there's a story that I read about MNOs and even here in the States, that they're running out of ways to make money, right? Before, I'm dating myself, but back in the day, they made money off selling minutes, right? You had to actually buy minutes to use your cell phone. Yeah. Shut up, Andrew. I know how old you are. Anyway, so they had to buy minutes, right? And then you had to buy data for your internet service to be operable on your phone, right? So they made a ton of money on that. Now they offer all that kind of free, right? So all that is free. You have access to the internet, you have access to free text and phone, and so they're running out of ways to make money. And in this article, they were explaining that the next step is that, okay, well, we're going to interact with people paying bills, people, we're going to create the avenue for people to spend through us so we can get those transaction fees. So,
and they haven't been able to offer those services in the past because of third party or
correct
banks or government. So this is how they're going to be able to offer.
This is how they're circumventing them, right? So we're like, well, fuck you, banks. We don't need your transaction. You're making the transaction fees. We want to make those transaction fees. So you're going to have this inherent battle of mobile network operators trying to make fees versus banks trying to make fees, off their traditional debit and credit cards. It's going to be wild to watch in the future, in the next 3 years, as this all kind of spawns,
Don't you think it's going to be the beginning of a depegging from the Bitcoin? Because this is an actual.
I mean, it could.
We're a bank. Telcoin is going to be a bank.
But that's why we talked about like getting away from like the typical 4-year cycles of like the ebbs and flows, and like, okay, like a 3-year bear market or whatever, 3 up years, 1 down year, 3 up years, 1 down year. And like Telcoin's establishing itself as a business that doesn't necessarily have to go through the ebbs and flows.
We're not reliable on Bitcoin anymore.
Exactly.
We are the
bank,
the crypto
exchange.
I mean, we are it now.
Well, we are still so I would argue that we still are a bit reliant on the wave of Bitcoin. You see in price action
For now,
for
yes.
now, right? Yeah.
For now, for sure. But we're
Yeah.
going to be we're going to have those reassurances because we are a federally regulated bank and everything like that. Everybody's going to be coming to us now.
Yeah, I would say by the next halving, like we're decoupled. Like
Yeah.
Telcoin is not a cryptocurrency; it's a business by that point.
Decoupling of Bitcoin than any other crypto has ever seen, because we are sustainable and everybody can rely on us because we are that bank, and we set ourselves apart from everybody else at that point.
And these MNOs are going to be able to offer micro lending and all these different services they haven't been able to offer before.
Right. And guess who's going to benefit from those micro lending? It's us, the users, right?
Yeah,
Right. Exactly.
I was gonna bring that up too. Like once the bank is established, like you can provide so many more services.
Oh my God.
Lending,
The
insurance,
whole stack. The whole stack.
All of that's been talked about before, right? Like we talked about all of it. Like, okay, I'm gonna lend out $1 million tel at this percentage. Okay, well, what's the market saying? Okay, well, I'm putting it out at 15%. Well, the market is at 8%. Okay, well, maybe I'm a bit too high. Okay, maybe I got to drop it to 7 to be a little bit more competitive, right?
Right.
But still, like you'll have those ebbs and flows of
but
things.
we're making that 7%, not the fucking banks, right?
I mean,
right.
And
Yeah.
that's what I said. Where you're talking about like the legacy TradFi system of the bank making the money, whereas now we're flipping the switch and we need to take that financial inclusion, essentially on ourselves to make that decision, right?
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it too, though, right? But people need to be willing to invest the time to understand that stuff, right? Like you don't get taught finance, really home finance in school.
But also as long as the Telcoin company does their marketing and strategic partnerships well enough, like they will have their strategic partners set that up for us.
Yeah, like I don't think Telcoin actually needs to do any marketing. Like, people talk about like, oh, Telcoin's not doing any marketing. They don't need to do any marketing. They're building the background. They're building the background.
Right. But in terms of like working in the background, doing the things that they've been doing, for sure. That's what's going to help them in the long run.
Well, they're building the system that, everything else works around, right? Like that's the beauty of it, right? Like Telcoin doesn't need to market. Once MNOs and you have validators, doing their thing, the validators are then going to be promoting that service, that feature, right, themselves, because they're going to be benefiting from it, right? Like it's like, you always hear Parker talking about that, like that flywheel, that loop, right? The more that they market it, the more customers they get using it, the bigger the benefit it is for them, because they're going to guaranteed be staking, some tel, right, to be getting a percentage of those fees through their users, their customer base. Also, depending on how much they have, they'll be putting, staking on the validation side of things and putting blocks onto the Telcoin network and then gaining incentives and issuance from that. Right. So they're getting it twofold. So to the point that Steve made earlier, where it's like a revenue stream, you're opening up like 2, 3, 4, 5 different like revenue streams for these MNOs that they can bring in, right? Yep. That did not exist before, right?
Right. And like just like they said before, that they're going to be incentivizing
Steve
MNOs until they get 10 MNOs into the whole system, like the. I'm pretty sure Parker just mentioned this the other day, right? 10 MNOs.
That's what we need to validate the system before it gets operational. Yes.
Right.
And just for the people watching on YouTube,
but they're going to be, talking in the background to get those M&Os inside, getting us. I'm looking at you on the screen. I don't know if there's a delay or something like that, but I'm so fucked up by this.
There is a delay, but what I was gonna say was that Steve put up like a little banner that says "Sign up, Staketel, and refer users," and literally in like the fine print, Crypto Steve-O's referral code. Motherfucker.
Listen, I want as much Telcoin as I can get too, right? Right. That's right. See?
Players gonna play. Don't hate the player,
respect
hate
the hustle.
1.3 billion isn't enough.
Yeah,
No, that wasn't me. I wish I felt inadequate after watching those.
Like sign language on the screen right now. I'm just like, what the? I'm talking. I'm just like, what the?
Liberty, are you? Oh, you watching on YouTube? Are you watching on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
YouTube and on Spaces.
Here, look at that. Here you go, buddy. How about that QR code?
Give it 10 seconds for the delay, but
That's right. Yeah. Visit the Telcoin shop for the latest Telcoin and DFX swag. And there's a QR code on screen. You can scan it, and you can.
Going to be a referral code, so you just.
Liberty, by the way, have you got any more sales lately? Because I told my family that I wanted like 4 or 5 different things from the shop. I don't know if they reached out or did anything with it, but if not, I'm going to be buying it for my birthday in February. But
all right, I might have a different shop by then.
Oh yeah, what's going on with that?
I'm talking to a guy right now. It might look totally different from Shopify. Their distributors are sometimes they're dog shit. And trying to track like my shipments and stuff like that is terrible. They're bad at it, and they have they've got a bunch of great products that I can put Telcoin on. It's not going to be as personable and I can't customize it the way I want to, but it's going to be a bunch of great products. It's going to be a lot more reliable as in terms of shipping and everything like that, and I don't have to worry about it as much.
Is the domain name and everything going to be the same though?
Yeah, I talked to them. The domain name, I can change the domain name to telcoinshop.com, and they can, revert back to the new shop and everything like that. But it's not gonna. I'm not gonna have that main page where I can, refer your guys to, the Telfam chat.
Oh yeah. Okay, it's
Well, I'm gonna take your QR code down real quick then.
Honestly, I'll probably leave them both up because one, you'll have a whole bunch of good quality products that will probably cost a lot, more, but they're awesome products that you'll have Telcoin, the Telcoin logo on, and you'll have good shipping and everything like that. I'll just leave my shop up if anybody wants anything from there.
Liberty, those Telcoin socks are my favorite. Those.
And that's why I want to keep my shop up because there are products like that people like, and I'm just like, I don't know if I don't just stop doing that.
Bail on it, yeah.
Hey, Liberty, can I make a request?
No, you can't.
Original ambassador flat bill hats that they used to have, the Telcoin snapbacks.
Yeah.
You got to put one of those on there, man.
Do I not have? I got.
No, you don't have a flat bill one.
I have one of them on.
I made them myself. I've made them in different places, but you don't have it on there. But if you
have them on there, I don't have a snapback on there.
I don't think. Well, maybe you've updated. I don't know. I know last time I checked.
I think I do. Check them out. Check it out.
I'll check them out.
Dude.
All
I'm pretty sure I asked for a snapback hat for Christmas. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but
Yeah, I'm a snapback guy too as well. Yeah.
I love that, like that original snapback, that flat bill snapback that they sent out for like the original ambassadors. That and the dad hat that they have. Those two hats are sick. But then
Yeah, I'm not a flat bill, but yeah, the dad hat snapback. Yeah, that's my jam right there. It's
everyone's made like variations of their own Telcoin hats since, and I haven't found one that's been like as nice as those ones. I made my own.
I will put more hats on tonight.
Oh, I mean, that'd be
okay. Well, this week.
Yeah, it's like don't do anything tonight. Just,
Kentucky House.
Yeah, don't make that promise.
Yeah, don't do anything tonight. Just wait. Just make a note. Make it.
Just make sure you vote fully tonight. That's it.
I'll put you. So you want straight snapbacks?
Yeah, just the it's the all black flat bill snapback. It's just got the little Telcoin logo and it says Telcoin. I don't know. I can send you a picture of what the original ones look like.
All right, send me a DM of what.
I'll send you a DM.
I will try and get the closest thing to it that I can find.
We're an hour and 40. I just realized, where's DB at? Like, didn't he say he was going to be here tonight?
I did see that he said that he has to work tomorrow, but like, I don't know, man. Who works December 22nd? I don't know. I'm off tomorrow, but
I'm not working until January 20th. So
no,
yeah.
He did say that he has to work tomorrow. I saw it somewhere that he had to work tomorrow.
Where's Foxy at?
Foxy was here earlier.
He was here, but I asked to come up to speak. I don't know. Doesn't like coming up.
What we got? We got 7 people we're entertaining right now.
Well, that's essentially the 4 of us idiots, you know.
I mean, I don't fault Foxy and them for not coming up. I was the same way. Sometimes speak, man. He's what's in the background, you know. Like I listen to you guys.
Oh man, listen, I can tell you the first time I actually jumped up was for our DXFX ambassador introduction, and I was down in the basement and I was fucking nervous. I don't know why. I don't know why. It was literally I was talking to 30 people, and it's my knees weak, palms are sweaty, moment.
Oh, you're just dropping Eminem. That's cool.
Mom on the sweater. Mom
spaghetti.
Shake my head. It's all good.
Hey, look where I am now. Hey,
yeah, look, he's his fucking co-host now, right? Yeah.
The Telex council member.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
My dad always says you go from the shit house to the penthouse.
Hour and 40. I Parker hopping on was really cool tonight.
Yeah, that was
through the vote. I mean that was epic. So
he's really a cool dude.
He is. Yeah,
I can't wait to have a beer with him actually live in person.
Absolutely,
we'll have to do it sometime.
Pretty good read on people, and you can tell he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, and when I was in Miami, hanging out with Josh reiterated the same thing. He's like, Parker's a madman, mentally, but super nice. He's the nicest guy he's ever met, So I mean, he really kind of reiterated the same thing. Yeah. So, but listen, guys. I mean, everybody's dropping off here. I think we got 7 on YouTube. It's probably the same 7 we got on Twitter. So everybody's watching multiple screens, but yeah. So we'll call it for the night. I mean, for those that are going to be listening after the fact, I want to give a huge congratulations to Parker and the team for the vote. I mean, we're at 4.4 billion and 89 voted so far. Yeah, so there's still double that to vote, right? So the people that's actually logged in and delegated their Telcoin to a wallet, it was 213, right before the vote, I think. And if only 89 has voted so far, there's going to be some more weight coming in over the next 6 days. So,
wow. the beauty of it too, right? We've got a full week to see what's going to transpire.
Yeah.
But you know, kind of like the beauty of what Parker said, like on Tuesdays, like it'd be nice to have, you know, a unanimous vote. Like that would be like the icing on the cake, right? And
there is zero against. Yeah, zero against right now. 4.4 billion Telcoin.
Yep.
Still zero against. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So
I challenge you to buy Telcoin tomorrow.
yeah.
No matter. I challenge you to buy 4.4 billion.
Yeah, I'm the only negative that came out of this vote was that once I saw the wallets that were voting, I feel inadequate. So I'm gonna go. I'm getting a commission check here next week. I might just dump the whole fucking thing in there. So.
I gotta check out the scan to see the wallet.
yeah, it's like fuck, man, it's bad. Like I'm way down there, so I gotta do better. But anyway, yeah. What's that?
I said life happens.
Yeah, life happens. But yeah, no, guys. For those that are still hanging on and you guys on Twitter, thank you guys so much for supporting Andrew and I as we do this nonsense, and we appreciate everybody coming out and
like take it in too, man. This might be a historical event, right? Like this could be a big night that go down in
and we documented it, and Parker was on live when that
You record all this?
well, it's live on Twitter, or I'm sorry, on YouTube. So yeah, it'll be forever cemented on YouTube. So
Oh fuck.
That's awesome.
Liberty.
Liberty, I challenge you tomorrow to go back and listen to it.
Liberty's like, I don't want it.
The whole, are you invested in the pools type of thing? I fucked that up.
Oh, he put you on the spot, and
No, I'm scared.
You buckled.
he buckled. Yeah. Liberty's not a sales guy. I know that now, right? He's never been in sales. I did. I was like, all right, Liberty, it's your chance, man. Let's shine.
I'm gonna start making some shit up, Liberty.
Too funny. Good times.
Anyway, guys.
You guys, man, I appreciate all y'all. What you guys do here is awesome for us. You know, I got a lot of military guys who got in that aren't too keen with this. They don't stay up to date as much, but I do get them to listen occasionally, and they're starting to learn a little more. You know?
Right on. Yeah.
I appreciate this.
One by one. That's how it happens, right?
Tell them what branch.
I'm retired Air Force.
Air Force. All right. Good shit.
All right, boys.
All right. Yeah, we are too. So everybody, we'll catch you next time. I think Andrew and I agreed that we're gonna wait until after the holidays to schedule the next. Take a little break. It's been high stress trying to plan for this whole fucking governance and voting and all that stuff. So we need to take a couple weeks and regroup, and then we'll come back after the first of the year and get back after it. So
we'll talk maybe in January, February, once the council votes are ready to go.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope you guys all have a great Christmas.
Same
you and everybody that's going to listen to this after the fact. Happy holidays if that's your thing.
I'm going to say Merry Christmas, but whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. But yeah, right on, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we'll talk soon.
All right, guys. See you later.
All right. Yep.
Later, fellas.
Later.